What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to show you how to make some nice charcuterie boards, some Lazy Susans, some serving trays using silicone molds. Let's get started. Alright, so I'm starting from the very bottom here, and I am slicing up some wood. This is a cherry burl that I found out in the woods. Obviously, if you have your own wood that's already kind of cut and planed and so forth, you can skip all this. Now I'm just getting the bark off. Usually start with the chisel or something similar, kind of get the big pieces off, and then you see the grinder in the back. You usually go to that and kind of fine tune it after that. Okay, you can see the silicone mold that I'm going to be using here. So all I'm doing is using my little bandsaw, just kind of trimming it up so that it fits, and getting the handle all squared away. Running things through the planer, trying to clean things up, level everything out so it fits good in the silicone mold. Now I'm painting some stuff, or brushing some stuff on, called PC Petrifier. Kind of just helps harden up some of those soft spots that are in this piece. Don't forget to spray your silicone molds with some mold release. After that, put your pieces in. I like weighting them down, kind of helps hold them in place and really helps limit the amount of resin that's going to run underneath them. So when I started this, I was just doing a couple charcuterie boards, but before I started pouring the resin, I figured I'd grab a couple other pieces of wood. So from the left to the right, I got a Lazy Susan, a charcuterie board, and then a serving tray. Steps are pretty much the same for all of them. Just going slowly, taking my time and just getting the resin in everywhere. I'm doing this in my basement because when I recorded this, it's winter, and I found pouring resin in the cold didn't really work too well. So once all your resin's dry, you can kind of go ahead and pop them out of the mold here. See, it's pretty easy. You just kind of grab one end and slowly start peeling away. You can see how a lot of the resin kind of leaked out the bottom on that one piece, but not so much the other piece, but a little bit there as well. Also got a little spot to touch up. And we're back to the planer, trying to get the wood and the resin level so everything is flush and looks right. Takes a few passes for each piece. And this next step, I understand not everyone's going to have access to a machine like this, but this is a wide belt sander, and I take almost all my pieces and feed them through here afterwards. It does a great job of just fixing any imperfections and making everything perfectly flat and level. If you don't have one of these, just do the best you can with the planer and give it the best hand sanding you can. And despite our silicone molds being square, or I guess in this case rectangle, sometimes things don't come out perfectly square. So that's what I'm doing, just cleaning up the edges and trying to get everything perfectly square. And even though I ran into the wide belt sander, I always finished everything up by hand. Usually started around 100 grit and usually worked my way up to about 400. Now I'm attaching the handles of the serving tray. These are just some pretty generic ones I get off of Amazon. You can use any kind you want. And once we're done, I always wipe everything down with some mineral oil, and then after that I buff in some Odie's oil. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.